Hi honeybees! Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of like a question and answer and a story time video on my experience on my recent cruise with NCL, which is Norwegian Cruise Line, and we went on this ship, the Jade. So NCL the Jade. And we went on a 9-day cruise throughout different parts of Europe. So we started in Southampton, England. We went to Paris, La Rochelle in France. We also went to Portugal. We went to a couple different places in Spain. It was an absolutely incredible trip, a trip of a lifetime, and I feel extremely blessed to have been able to do that. It was a trip with my family. So my brother, my mom, my stepdad all went with me on this cruise. Me and my brother had a cabin, and my parents had a cabin together. So you think that me and my brother might have like killed each other in 9 days in those kind of closed quarters, because most cabins, unless you have a suite or like a very big like luxury suite, like the top of the boat kind of thing, then your quarters are going to be a little smaller. They're going to be a little more confined, and that was our situation. We did have 2 beds, of course. And I have been on one other cruise other than this NCL cruise. I've been on one cruise through Royal Caribbean, and goodness, I cannot remember what the boat name was. Something of the Sea, but all of their boats are something of the sea. Okay, so a few of you had asked me, and I don't have specific names, I'm sorry, but I did write specific questions down. So a couple of you asked me, did I get seasick at all during my time on the boat or the ship? They don't like when you call it a boat. And no, I did not. I did bring Dramamine with me, which is like a motion sickness medication. My mom actually did get a prescription for motion sickness, like medication that you put behind your ear so that if you're starting to feel sick, it helps you recover very quickly so that you don't get sick. And I didn't have to use those. I know that my mom did use those. I just used the motion sickness, like the Dramamine, once. The whole time there. You do slightly feel the movement. They're very large ships. So unless you're on a very small cruise line, there's not very many of those out there anymore. Those large ships that hold thousands of people, it's very hard to feel the movement. But you do slightly kind of feel yourself swaying a little bit in certain instances. In certain areas of the ship, you feel it more. And it definitely was rougher water than what I had on not Norwegian, excuse me, than when I had on Royal Caribbean, but I was going literally to Jamaica, Mexico. Those waters, I believe, tend to be a little bit less choppy than like the waters that we were at. So to answer that question, no, I did not get sick, but there was one night that I felt a little queasy. I didn't drink that night. I didn't really do much that night because I just didn't feel so hot. But I never, threw up. I never got super sick. But I think taking precautions for that is super important if you're going on your first cruise. I definitely recommend that. A couple of you also asked me about the entertainment on the ship. And I do think that NCL has some great entertainment. There especially were a few shows that I loved so much. There's something called, it was like a country night. So there was like these singing, dancing group that did a few different performances throughout the time of us on the ship, and the entertainment is every single night on the ship, which is awesome. It gives you something to do, something fun to do, and they usually have 2 times every night. So there was something called like Roots and Boots, I think it was called, and it was literally all like my favorite country music, and it was like country dancing, and they did an amazing job. I really loved it. I actually saw it at the 7:30 and the 9:30 show because that's how much I loved it. I didn't go by myself though. I was with like a group of people, but it was so awesome. I loved it. And then there was this group that was reminiscent of like Frankie and the Valley. They did songs that were all of their songs. They did really good. I'm totally blanking on their name, so I'll put it right here. They actually are based in Tucson, Arizona. So me and my brother are hoping to catch a show here because we really connected with one of the guys in that group. Like he hung out with us in the evening when we were at the clubs and bars and stuff. So we're hoping to see them again. And let's see, what else did I love? There was another performance that was kind of like a little bit of everything, and it was towards the end of our cruise. And it was very kind of similar to something like Cirque du Soleil. So There was like aerialists and just really amazing like acrobatic work and all of these just really entertaining things. We had a magician also perform on the ship, and it was kind of funny because he's a great guy, like great performer. But me and my brother, and actually my stepdad too, we kind of like to try and figure out the magic acts, like how'd they do it kind of thing. And it was kind of really easy to figure his out, to be honest. But it wasn't for a lack of entertainment, that's for sure. We still really enjoyed it. I want to talk about is food on the ship. So there were definitely some buffet areas, and then there was some main dining. We had a couple different options for main dining, and then there was a place called Oceans that was like kind of like a bar setting, and that was open 24 hours. So we were there almost every single night. Me and my brother were. I wouldn't say my parents didn't go out with us that late at night, but we stayed up till like 4:30. So with an exception of one of the nights, I stayed out with my brother and like a group. We found like this amazing group of like younger people, and I say younger people because the majority of the people on this ship were older, and when I say older, I mean 65 plus. My parents were one of the youngest people on the ship. So me and my brother were really lucky. On the second day we met these amazing, this amazing couple, Derek and Shelby. Hi Shelby, if you're watching. We met them and we really connected with them and hung out with them every night. And then there was like another group of like younger people that we hung out with. Every single night. We went to karaoke and like a bar setting, and then we went to the club every night. But I say the club loosely because no one was there but us. It seemed like every night, except for the one exception was the white party, where there were a lot of other people there. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of like having our own personal club, so I didn't mind it that much after we found like a good group of friends to hang out with. So that was a lot of fun. So the pool area is really nice too. There were 4 big jacuzzis. I didn't really go swimming because it was a little bit on the colder side, since we're not like cruising to the Caribbean or something like that where you would have warmer weather. So I didn't get a tan at all. Maybe a little bit. I think I got some tan on my chest and arms, but that's about it. We did have the drink package, and if you're someone that's gonna have, I would say 3 to 4 drinks a day. Yeah, I would say 3 to 4 drinks a day. Then I suggest getting the drink package, and the drink package does include water and soda. Not bottled water though, but at least on NCL it includes soda. But they had Pepsi products. That was a big mistake, NCL. You hurt my heart so much when I found out they had Pepsi products. So I didn't drink soda the entire time because I only like Diet Coke. Yep, I'm a Coke snob. I'm a soda snob? I don't know. Anyways, but I did have like mixed drinks and shots and stuff like that, and those add up real quick if you don't have the drink package. So we definitely drank our fair share that we made up for that drink package. So yeah, all 4 of us, my parents and me and my brother, had that, and I mean that made it so much fun. Not saying that you need a drink to have fun on vacation, but on a cruise it's like, I don't know, it made it so much fun. And they had some really awesome, like, yummy drinks, too. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't gain weight coming from this cruise. I know I didn't overeat, because some people say, like, oh, you can eat 24/7, so I was always eating. Not really the case for me. But I did have my fair share of drinks, which are empty calories, but we walked so much, you guys. We walked so much when we were off the ship that I ended up losing, like, a half a pound. I think it was 0.3. pounds. So I was so happy. So just keep exercising when you're drinking and you're good to go. So my favorite place, that's so hard because a lot of you said, like, was Paris your favorite? Was Spain your favorite? For those of you who are new to my channel and don't know, I am Spanish-Italian, like 3/4 Spanish from Spain. My grandpa was born, both my grandparents actually were born there. My grandma on my dad's side was born there. My dad was born there. So yeah, I was so excited to finally get to visit Spain and visit where my pretty much my heritage. And we even got to go to Vigo, which is where my grandpa grew up, where he was born, which was super amazing to me. And we also went to San Sebastian, which was my grandpa's favorite place to visit in Spain. So we went to some really beautiful spots in Spain. And La Coruña we went to as well. And we got so lucky, you guys. Our weather was so perfect and beautiful. But I think Paris still was my #1 favorite. And I can't believe it because if you followed me for a long time here on my channel, you know I am obsessed with Paris. I'm obsessed with anything Parisian. I almost feel like in another lifetime I lived in Paris or something. It's just so weird how strongly I feel about it when I hadn't even been there before. I guess that's a lot of people feel that way. But I was honestly scared that I wasn't going to love it as much once I visited, but that's definitely not the case. Only unfortunate part was we only had 3 hours in the city in Paris. And the reason was because we docked, I forget the exact town, but we docked somewhere that was 3 hours from Paris. So we had to take a bus, it's actually 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours in. And then we had 3 hours in Paris and then a bus ride 2.5 hours back. So we actually were on the bus ride longer than we were in Paris. But for me, it was so worth it because I finally got to see my magical city that I've always dreamed about. And it was so, so beautiful. And I can't wait to go back. I need to go for like a good week because we did see the Arc de Triomphe and I climbed all the way up the Arc. I cannot believe that I did that with my ankle. I was really proud of myself, to be honest. The best view of the city for sure is up there. So worth the climb. There is an elevator. I didn't know about it. It's a sore subject. But let's just say it was totally worth it. Beautiful views. I got to see the Eiffel Tower. Oh my gosh, words can't even express how insanely majestic and huge the Eiffel Tower is. It's insane. So I got to see that, and we went to this beautiful cafe close to the Eiffel Tower that had amazing, like the best pastries I've ever had in my entire life. The best bread I've ever had in my entire life. Worth every single calorie. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful pastries. So I really can't wait to go back because I want to experience the city more. I want to see the Eiffel Tower twinkle at night. I want to see the Moulin Rouge and Notre Dame. And there's so many other things. The Louvre, we didn't get to go to the Louvre. So I for sure will be going back. And it's actually a goal of mine. I'm paying off all my debt this year. And then I'm going to start saving to go back to Paris because I just can't wait to go back and stay there, specifically just stay there in the city for like a good week. So that's my next dream spot to be again. But I loved Spain. Spain was absolutely beautiful. San Sebastian is absolutely stunning. Vigo is really nice too, but I think San Sebastian is like the Spanish way to say it. San Sebastian, if you don't know what I'm saying. So beautiful there because it's just like surrounded by water. Water is everywhere in the cobblestone streets and people are so nice in Spain. I honestly didn't have an issue with people being rude to us in Paris. So many people warned me like, they're gonna be so mean to you, you're American, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I could tell in their eyes that they're like, oh, stupid American, but they were still nice to me. Does that make sense? When you like know someone's looking at you like, really? Come on, American, hurry up. So like, I know they probably didn't really love me, but they didn't really express that. And I did not get my Louis Vuitton purse in Paris because I'm really serious about saving all my money this year and, you know, paying off what I need to pay off first. Which when I say that, it's student loan debt. I've already paid off credit card stuff. So I just have my school loan and you know, that's a hefty one. But my dream is still to buy my first Louis Vuitton in Paris. So maybe it'll happen next year. I'm trying to think if there's anything else memorable. Oh my gosh, in Spain. If you go to Spain, you have to go at lunchtime and go to the bars and get tapas. They lay out tapas, you guys. They just have tons and tons of food laid out, okay? Like the croquetas, and they had like jamon serrano and like what kind of cheese? Like goat cheese, and what is that cheese that my grandpa loves that's salty? Can't think of it. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Anyways, they have just cheese and meats and fish and all in like little teeny appetizer form, which is tapas. And so you just like pick what you want on a plate and you get some yummy wine. They had this amazing like white wine, and usually I'm not a white wine person, but this one was so good. And best food, hands down. Oh, best food, like food was in Spain. Best pastry and bread was in Paris. Can I say that? Yes. Okay, so both, like, I'm literally like salivating thinking of it. It's so freaking good, you guys. And that was just an experience in itself, and everyone's just like socializing there. You can tell like locals are just there all the time, and that's their hangout spots. And the churches in France and Spain and even Portugal were absolutely amazing. Like, I thought I've seen amazing churches here in America. No, nothing beats European churches. Nothing. Yeah, I had a few moments. I just wanted to sit there in the church. So I think Spain had my favorite churches just because there was so much detail and like just beauty. I don't know. It was so different. I loved the churches there. And I want to get married so bad in this little Spanish like castle that we went to in La Coruña. Was it in La Coruña? No. It was in Vigo, or close to Vigo. And it's like this beautiful castle, like high up on like a hill area. You see such beautiful views, and it's just like so quiet. And it would definitely be, if I ever got married there, it'd be like a very small group of people, obviously, but it was so beautiful, you guys. I could literally talk here for another hour with you, but I think I went over a lot of what people have been asking me on Instant Messenger and on my other vlogs. If you guys haven't seen my vlogs, I'll make sure and link them down below. You see a lot of the scenery and a lot of the food I'm talking about and my experience on the ship. And you can see like what outfits I wore and my experience in general, and kind of see a little bit of everything. I wasn't able to film the entertainment on the ship because it wasn't allowed, except for 2 instances they allowed us to. Otherwise, yeah, you just have to experience it for yourself, and I hope all of you get that chance to go on a cruise at least once in your lifetime, because it is really an amazing time. And my goal, I would really love to go on an Alaskan cruise, and I would really like to go on another cruise to like the Caribbean, like the Bahamas or something like that. So I definitely see me cruising in the future. And if you guys have any suggestions for me, please leave it linked down below. And if you have any questions, I can't talk. If you have any other questions for me that I didn't say in this video and you're just like, wait, I want to know about this, please feel free to ask them down below and I will answer you very soon. So I hope this video wasn't super boring. I know many of you wanted to hear about my experience, so I hope this was helpful in some way or just entertaining in some way. Just overall, it was a really great experience, and I think NCL is a very clean ship. Overall, the food is pretty good. The entertainment was pretty good. There's like a few hitches, and I didn't even go into detail as to why I think Royal Caribbean is better than NCL. I think the food is better on Royal Caribbean. I think how they organize things is a little bit smoother on Royal Caribbean. But those are my only 2 like small gripes. I think that they are a great cruise line as well. So again, I hope this was helpful or entertaining in some way, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.